Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy, See Through the Script here, and today is December 7th, 2021, and in the headlines, we have Nick Cannon mourning the loss of his youngest child due to a brain tumor or brain cancer. And, yeah, we're going to get right into the headlines. This is obviously sad news, as whenever we hear anything regarding a young individual, a young child, it's obviously hits a bit harder than the average, but to say the least, RIP. Now, let's read into this story and let's make some interesting connections, as this death of Nick Cannon's son on the Pearl Harbor anniversary is quite fascinating. So, yeah, let's jump into the story and then get to the decode as per usual. So, as the story reads, television host and actor Nick Cannon shared with the talk show audience on Tuesday that his youngest child, Zen, has died. Over the weekend, I lost my youngest son to a condition called hydrocephalus. That was pretty much a malignant, invasive midline tumor brain cancer, an emotional Cannon said. It's tough. The 5-month-old infant was Cannon's child with model Alyssa Scott. He has 6 other children from other relationships. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into the decode. So as you can see, Nick Cannon's 5-month-old son, Zen, died of brain cancer. And again, he announced this today, December 7, 2021. Notice Nick Cannon in the most pure cipher equals 44, brain and cancer in the most basic cipher equal 44. Next, you can see the 5-month-old infant was Cannon's child with model Alyssa Scott. You could see all 3 of them in that photo. And notice that sun in the background. Nick Cannon equals 55 in reverse full reduction. 5-month-old equals 55, and that's who Nick Cannon lost. And the number 55 is very interesting in Gematria, because we know in this community God and Satan equal 55. And who are these sacrifices for that matter, right? Now, this part's very interesting because Nick Cannon was born October 8th. That's a date that's written 10/8. And the reason this is very interesting is because the average distance between the Earth and the Sun is 108 times the Sun's diameter. And here's a picture above showing that from the moon to the Earth is 108 moons, and from the Earth to the Sun is 108 suns. So the number 108 is very interesting. And look at how Sun in reverse full reduction equals 18. And Zen, the name of Nick Cannon's son who died, equals 18. Alongside the word sun itself, which equals 180 in the Jewish cipher. The one thing these all have in common is that 108 breaks down to 18 because the 0 has no value. And all of them have that 1-8 connection. And continuing off the back of the 108 sun connection is the fact that geometry equals 108 in both ordinal ciphers, forwards and backwards. And Zen equals sun in Gematria in 3 out of the 4 base ciphers, with 45, 54 reflections, 18, and 9 in the reduction ciphers. Now, this part's really interesting because today is the 80th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. But before we get to the number 80, we're going to start with the 60 connection. From Nick Cannon's 41st to the announcement of his son's death, that's October 8th to December 7th, is a span of 60 days. Notice Pearl Harbor in the most pure cipher equals 60. And the date numerology has prime date numerology today, for that matter, of 60. 12 plus 7 plus 20 plus 21. Very interesting that Nick Cannon announces his son's death on the anniversary of Pearl Harbor in light of all the cannons used during Pearl Harbor. And when I mean cannons, let's take a look. So, continuing off the back of the Pearl Harbor connection, Nick Cannon announced the death of his son on the 80th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. And Satan equals 80 in reverse ordinal. Tuesday, the day he announced the death of his son, equals 800 in the Jewish cipher. And Nick Cannon was born in 1980 on the 8th day of October. Now, as you can see, again, with the rules of numerology, the zeros are null, leaving us with the value of 8, and we have a lot of 8s linking up here. So again, more numerical stamping behind this riddle between the death of Nick Cannon's son and Pearl Harbor. Now, from Alyssa Scott's 28th to her son's death, now this is the woman who Nick Cannon had the child with, that's October 12th, 2021 to December 7th, is a span of 56 days. And Society of Jesus equals 56. And these are the main culprits behind these rituals. Now, Jesuits' logo, for those who haven't seen it, is that right there, that IHS with the 3 nails of triclavianism and the sun ray. Now, here's an excerpt from Nicholas de Bonneville, and it states, "The sun is the order of the Jesuits. The ornament of the Grand Elect Knights is a sun with 9 rays. This expresses the 9 sons or founders of the order of the Jesuits." Now, it's very interesting that it was the 9 rays, as the word sun in Gematria in the most pure cipher equals 9. And also notice that sun equals 54 in English ordinal, sun worship in Jesuit order equal 54 in full reduction. Now, just to break it down in simpler terms, Jesus is the Son of God. The Society of Jesus worship the sun/sun, right? All right, so it's very much worth noting that Nick Cannon brought up the news of his son passing on his own show, which is the Nick Cannon Show, which equals 263 in reverse ordinal, and 263 is the 56th prime, and again, Society of Jesus equals 56. Alyssa Scott, the woman who Nick Cannon had the child with, her birthday was 56 days before the death of her child, Zen, or at least the announcement of her child. Now, notice Nick decided to wear a red vest. Red is associated with the sacrifice color, and Jesuits wear red due to their willingness to shed blood for the church and Christ. Notice red in Gematria equals 27 and 18, and ritual and sinful equal 81 and 27, 81 being the reflection of 18. So that was very fascinating as well, and this is something we see quite often with other entertainers. After a family member or friend passes away, we often see them pose on magazine covers or interviews, TV show wearing the color red. Now, last but not least, I wanted to point out how from Nick Cannon's 41st to the announcement of his son's death, again, as we pointed out, is a span of 60 days, but I almost missed the fact that 7th child, when spelt out, equals 60, and he lost his 7th child a span of 60 days from his 41st birthday. And we know that number 60 is very important considering the day he chose to make this announcement, as Pearl Harbor equals 60, and today has 60 numerology, and it so happens to be the anniversary of Pearl Harbor. So that about wraps up the video, everybody. I appreciate everybody tuning in and supporting me on YouTube and Instagram. And for those who aren't aware of my Instagram, it's at See Through the Script. I really do appreciate everyone's support. And if you learned anything from this content, be sure to like, and I'm gonna definitely catch you guys in the next one. RIP to Nick Cannon's son, Zen. It's a very sad story. We don't know if these deaths are real or not. I'm not here to speculate. I'm just here to point out the numbers. Other than that, it's your boy Script, and I'm out of here. Peace.